I'm doing good. I missed a couple weeks.
Yeah.
I realized it fell off my calendar, and then our team lead makes us do these certain trainings. If we get his leads, we have to do this training, we have to do that training, and one of them falls on the same time. But I can tell him that I have this, and I'm allowed to watch the recording afterwards, I guess. But sorry, lots of
Gotcha.
rules, and I'm not a rule follower typically.
It's all good.
Yeah.
There's Vicky. How are you? You're muted.
I just got done with Kyle's. We were on there for 2 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we just got done.
Did he help you figure out what you were trying to figure out?
Yeah, well, actually, there was that video you posted.
Okay.
I went into school and it was in the bonus in under school. It was in like this second or third one from the bottom under bonus. It was about 18-minute video.
Yeah.
And I watched that and then I got it verified. So then the other thing is I had asked Kyle because I tried it several times and throughout like the past year and just trying to get it to work. And so I have like 3 extra ones in there. And he said to just discard them. So I did, but they look like they're still there. I don't know if it takes time for them to go away.
I think it will. Yeah. It takes, it'll clear itself out. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Good.
got rid of the ones that the thing is I was just looking at it though. Um that because that's for my channel.
Hmm.
The one I just did. And for the living in Pensacola Beach. But just me myself, if I want to get reviews, I have to have my own, right? A separate one?
Now
Yeah.
I get all my reviews on our channel business page.
Okay. Because I was trying to figure out, I got a couple closings coming up on Friday and I wanted to send them a review so it would start showing up on my Google because we always use testimonial tree. And so I want to stop using that and have it show up on Google.
Yeah.
So, but when I was just looking at that and I'm not seeing where, you want me to share my screen? Um, of, uh, here, let me see. Nope, not that one. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, am I sharing my screen? Do you see anything?
Green button at the bottom that says share. Hit that.
Okay, it says host disabled participant screen share.
Yeah. You don't have something set up on your Zoom, right?
I think it's you disabled participant screen share.
No,
Oh,
when you click share, you have to ask. It'll say that I have to give you permission to share your screen, but your Zoom has to be set up in order for you to share your screen.
okay, because I was just sharing it with the Kyle. Well, whatever happened, I don't know what happened. Don't know.
Here, let me make you the host and see if you can share it that way.
Okay.
There you
Okay, you
go.
see? Okay, so like here, ask for reviews.
Yeah.
So when I clicked on that, it gives me this, and then this takes you to what would be my I think it was my YouTube channel. And I'm like, I just want them to give me a review for, working with me.
Yeah, that's what that link is for reviews.
It's just to okay, because it looked to me like, oh, I guess I guess because I clicked on it and it gave me like just 5 stars, like you could give 5 stars, whatever. Okay, well, maybe it is right. It just didn't look right to me.
Andy, isn't it better
Um,
to get reviews from Google than it is from our YouTube channel?
Well, that's
I mean,
what you're doing. I mean, Google owns YouTube, so that they're all one and the same. But yeah, that's what
uh,
she's talking about. She started a business page in the name of her Google in the name of her YouTube channel, and so she's trying
oh,
to
in the
figure
name
out
of it.
exactly how to connect the two.
Oh, I missed the word page and all that. Okay, I got you.
Yep.
yeah. So that's really all I have. Andy.
Okay. Well, good. That was an easy solution.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because I've been struggling with it for a while. And I talked to Julian about it one day, and he's like, "Well, you really don't need it." I'm like, "What?" I thought that was a big deal to have that working. So I've been just trying to get it figured out myself. And then that one video you had in school helped. I went through that.
Well,
It
you got to
worked.
remember one thing on the funnels. Their whole goal in the funnels is to get you producing leads as fast as possible and get you to make a sale. So everything they're geared around is, oh, don't worry about that right now. Oh, don't worry about that right now. Don't worry about
Yeah.
that right now. Let's hyper focus on getting these ads dialed in, getting your system completely automated, and generating leads so you can, create a sale. So that's what
Right.
the whole
Yeah.
thing, they're hyper focused on that.
I actually have a meeting about the same thing tomorrow about funnels with Kathy Carter and their team.
Yeah.
So I was hoping that would come up today as far as like, how do you prioritize doing this and that simultaneously? Can you work them at the same time or do you need to pause one while you do the other? Yeah, what do you do?
You're going
Because
to see,
you want me to do 12 videos. I know that, but I haven't heard anything else yet. I haven't been through anything with them yet, just like my meeting's tomorrow for the first time to meet them.
yeah, you'll see they'll marry together, but
Oh,
they're hyper
okay.
focused on getting you out of the gate as fast as possible. So you need to
Mhm.
listen to what they're saying, but in essence, in the long run, they're telling you to do the videos wrong. But the fact is, you got to do them the way they say do them, or else it won't work. You got to work it like they say work it, if that makes
Mhm.
sense, because
I,
it's
Yeah.
going to get you producing leads as fast as possible.
yeah.
You know,
Right.
I
Which
like the way they want us to do them. I like it shorter.
yeah. Plus, it's working for you, right?
Yeah, yeah. I have a meeting tomorrow and I got one next Friday.
Awesome.
Guys coming back into town.
Yeah, cool. And those are from the waterfront or new construction?
Yes,
Waterfront.
yes. Those are both from the waterfront.
Awesome.
So the one that's next week is the one I was telling you that he was going to be out of town for a while and he is coming back and he's got his house listed on the beach here and he's thinking about switching agents.
Cool.
So yeah, so we'll see. Maybe
I
next week I'll have a listing too.
I just turned ours on yesterday, and we already got 6 leads out of it today. So,
That's
you
uh,
that's
turned what
awesome.
on?
and Tim's getting my new construction funnel, and Tim's getting ready to turn his on, I
Wow.
think. So Tim's going to turn his on for Kentucky, and I've got one running in Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, and Foley, new construction.
Okay. Yeah, I have the new construction in the waterfront.
And I'm only spending $10 a day at this point, so just to see, out of the gate to make sure I got everything dialed in right.
Right, and that's what I'm doing too. I didn't want to, you know, put all my eggs in one basket there, test it out for a little bit.
Well, mine's got a little few more moving parts than yours does because yours, all of the leads are coming to you. But in
Yeah,
ours, we've got 4 buyers agents and then me and Aileen, and they're being split between the 4 buyers agents and Aileen. So I've got a round robin going of 5 people. So
yeah,
they're being split off. And when I first did it, they're firing off wrong. They were all going to the same person. So I had to
okay,
I was like, well, I got something set up wrong, so I had to go back in and change it. So,
right. Yeah. Yeah, no, I get at least like three. I had what, four today? Two waterfront, two new construction. So
Awesome.
yeah, and I do call them. I when the system goes through it and the system calls me and says, blah blah blah, um and I always answer it and go through the system, and sometimes they answer, most of the times they don't. But then I'll wait like a day or two and I'll call them and just ask them, like I called a couple today. Well, I wasn't a day or two. They called this morning and I called them before this meeting. So,
Yeah, your lead conversion goes way up when you do make those phone calls. I mean, you can just let it run through the system, but if you make the phone calls, your lead conversion goes way up.
well, that's like the one that I'm meeting next week. I had called him right away and he's like, well, that was fast. He's like, I just filled that out.
Cool.
Yeah. So we'll see about the one tomorrow. That one tomorrow, he's looking for a pretty big house on the bayou in East Hill.
Yeah,
Are you familiar with East Hill?
I am not. I'm familiar with anything in Pensacola. It's basically on the beach for me. Other than
Okay.
that, I don't know anything.
Okay. It's just a older area, but then there's a mix. There's some really old stuff, but they're not like run down. They're old remodeled houses. And then there's new houses out there. It's really like probably the hilliest area in Pensacola. And
Yeah.
it's along like 12th Ave there in the bayou. So a lot of people like he wants to be on the water.
Well, I
6,000
don't want to turn this into a recruiting call, but how many people are in your office?
in my office.
Yeah, that work for you in your area that you know directly that work for Levin Rinky.
That I know, I mean, we have, I want to say it was 413 the last time I saw a number.
Well, you know
Well,
what's
of
going to
course,
happen.
I don't know them all. What's
You
that?
know, because they're all going to find out, they're all going to be wondering, where is she getting all these leads? What is happening? What is going on? And then when you start telling them, and then you move over to EXP, well, then they're going to want to follow you so that they can get all the stuff for free too. And then here you go. And then boom, and then it explodes.
I know, I was waiting for that too. I'm like, they're gonna be starting to ask me, where are you getting these leads? I'm like, oh, they call me.
That's right.
And they are.
That's
So,
exactly right. They're calling you.
um,
Okay, well, cool. Well, Bill, you got anything?
Um, not nothing new on this. I actually, good news. I went from, working with you trying to get some leads, and I hadn't really even done much with this yet. And I have 5 closings coming up this month.
Wow.
For me, being brand new, that's really good. So I'm probably doing them a lot slower than y'all would because I'm still finding buttons and making sure I have the right paper and then running it past people and all that kind of stuff. Um, and then I, like I was alluding to earlier, the doing the funnel thing. I think we really need that. My wife actually, I think I told you about her where she's wanting to get out of what she's doing and she makes fantastic money. Well, now they're starting to bring the hatchet down on people and we're starting to get nervous. And I don't want to wait until then because she would just have to go find another job. I would rather go ahead and like, nope, honey, just come on over. Tell them goodbye.
Right.
Um, so I feel like what we're doing with you is too long term for our immediate need.
Yeah.
And so I think I need to concentrate on the funnels and work on you on the down low until I get it running. And hopefully some of it's going to overlap. Like I have ideas in my head what I want to do, but I want to wait to see what they tell me I have to do compared to what I want to do. Cause I'm very want to be community driven. I want to be in local shops and getting those heartfelt stories of why they have business here. Going to local parks. I think you read my little thing earlier today. Um, and we're very ingrained here. We love living here. and we want that to come through in our videos, whether they're yours or theirs or anybody's.
Yeah, well, see, what's going to happen with that funnel system? They marry so well. Is what
Uh-huh.
they're gonna teach you how to do the 12 videos out of the gate for whatever niche that you decide to go after. Let's just say it's new construction, or they're going to show you the 12 videos to do quickly to do the new construction. And then once you
Yeah.
get that playlist and you start sending people to the playlist, that's what the whole point of it is to turn a cold traffic person into warm traffic. You're basically you're warming
Gotcha.
them up and getting them used to you, getting them to know you. And so as you once you get their funnel system set up, it's pretty much all automated other than you picking up the phone and calling a new lead when it comes in and working it. Other than that, there's really not a lot of maintenance to it. There's not,
Okay.
the weekly newsletter and stuff of that nature, which is really easy to do. But then so then you can continue to build that YouTube channel, and you are right, it is a longer game. The YouTube channel is better in the end because it's much higher quality leads, and you
Yeah,
don't
I
have to pay
bet.
for them. It's the thing that that YouTube channel sits out there and churns for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So somebody on a different time zone from you is looking at property on your channel and you're showing it to them without you while you're asleep. I
Yeah.
mean, so that's the beauty part of it. So
I was wondering about one thing with I keep hearing about new construction. And so Fort Wayne, Indiana is 30 minutes from me, and I have no issue going there, but that's where all the new construction's happening. It's not really happening in Columbia City. So then the question pops up into my head. I named my channel, Living in Columbia City because it got the highest thing from your TubeBuddy thing. Um, is it okay to leave it there and just have a playlist for Fort Wayne?
yes,
More
perfect.
like, although we're from Columbia City, nearby is that kind of
Correct.
thing. Okay.
100%.
I didn't want
100%.
to start another one. I was like, I cannot live two separate lives.
No, the only reason you would have two separate channels is if you are. We're even running one channel with two separate states. So like we have a playlist that's called um, Perdido. It's living in Perdido Beach or Perdido Beach properties. Whatever we're going to call it. But it's right. We're right here. It's right down the road. It's 5 minutes down the road. So
Okay.
we show properties in Florida, and then two of my buyer's agents and Aileen, my partner, she's also licensed in Florida. So that's why we can sell there. We're fixed to start running new construction ads in that area in Perdido Beach and Pensacola, believe it or not. So,
Gotcha.
so yeah, it's I mean, 100%. You're right. I mean, now would I want to do a video of something an hour and a half away? No, because you don't want to go there and work. So, but if it's 30 minutes down the road, yeah, of course. I mean, if it's somewhere you want to work.
Yeah. That too, buddy, is crazy because I used it like crazy on that welcome thing. And I was interested to find out like living in Columbia City ranked so high, but then living in Fort Wayne, which is a much way bigger city, ranked like it stunk bad. And almost everything, every time I put Columbia City by it, it went off the charts. And when I had Warsaw or Fort Wayne, which are both much larger cities, and that we lived exactly in between, it was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, what TubeBuddy is designed is to give you those long tail keywords that make your channel searchable. So like with ours, we did like, with the training that I was going through was basically telling us to go, to name your channel living in whatever city. So ours, we were in Orange Beach, Alabama. Well, we're in Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, Foley, Baldwin County. And so, I looked up all those keywords, and Orange Beach happened to be the highest ranking one. Everybody's searching for Orange Beach. So that's the reason we named it, and we didn't just go to start with. I think I told you this when we were talking earlier that I went OBA to start with. Well, then OBA, all the videos I kept seeing popping up had nothing to do with Orange Beach. It was Outer Banks. And I was
Um,
like, oh my God, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to get confused with Outer Banks, because we pop up and then all this stuff pops up in Outer Banks. No, I don't want that at all. So I had to spell it out. So we spelled, we just did Orange Beach, Alabama living, and it ranked
Right.
highest. So not by much, but just a little bit.
I was kind of like worried that it was going to be Columbia City, South Carolina that they were grabbing onto because that's much larger. But when I put Indiana after Columbia City, it went from like 46 to 93.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm saying Indiana right after
Yeah.
that.
And the biggest thing you want to look for on that, on those keywords, is the search volume. You want to see how much that keyword is being searched on a monthly
Got
basis
it.
because it'll go for 28 days. So like when you're looking up, like Orange Beach or Gulf Shores or Foley or whatever, and if you can see that, like I think the first time I looked it up, Orange Beach had like 3 million searches a month, and I'm like,
Whoa.
okay, well that's good, but if you look up
That's
something
good.
like Dallas, Texas, Dallas, Dallas, Texas had 300 million searches a month.
Got it.
So, but I mean, but that's the difference, so we're in a much smaller area, but people are looking up, but most of the time with us, when they're searching, they're not searching for properties, they're searching for places to eat because they're planning on vacationing here. But you can capitalize off of that because you think, okay, well,
Right.
you put in those
Well, you and I
keywords.
talked about that is like my goal is to make them fall in love with my community first, and then I'm going to sell them a house.
There you go. That's the 100% key right there,
And
because
I'm not
that's
from
what we say
here,
in our
so
videos.
I that happened to me. I wasn't from here, but when I saw the difference on how people treated me and how kind they were, perfect strangers at Walmart were saying hello to me and how was my day. When I was closer to Indianapolis, they would turn their head if I talked to them.
Yeah,
I'm like, I kind of like it here, and everybody's really real.
yeah, 100%. So yeah, we even say it in our videos. We say we do these videos each and every week just to show you what it's like to live here, just to talk about the beach life. And so we don't, we make it come across that we're not even trying to sell you anything. We're just trying to show you what it's like to be a beach bum, what it's like to live here. So
Right.
and it comes across as that good old boy kind of feel. And then so when the phone rings, it's like that. I mean, every phone call I get is just amazing because they're like, "Is this the YouTube guy?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
The
Oh my God,
YouTube.
man, we've been watching your videos. Holy cow, we love you and Aileen both. And da 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 da. They always think we're married, even, but I guess because we fight like cats and dogs on, but,
That's funny.
but yeah, I mean, it's worked out well for us. I mean, we just keep getting successes from the channel. We've got a closing tomorrow, as a matter of fact, from the YouTube channel. So, and it was
Awesome.
one, yeah, we've been working on for 2.5 years. They were one of the very first customers we had, or clients that we had, that called us, and the guy was from Minneapolis. And he was like, I've been looking at your videos, and I've never been to Gulf Shores, Alabama, but it looks so amazing. And he starts asking me about the weather, as to whether or not we have really cold weather. And I'm like, I said no. And I think it was like December or maybe January when he called me, and he said, "What's the temperature there right now?" And I said,
Yeah.
I think it's like 55, maybe. I said, it's cold. It's 55, maybe somewhere around there. He said, cold. He said, it's minus 20 here. And I was like, oh my God, no, we don't see that.
We don't play with those. Yeah. Awesome.
And that's when he said, well, we're moving there. I said, okay, well, come on.
Come on.
Two
All
and a half
right.
years later, here he is.
I actually have to jump early. I have to go to a inspection, but I wanted to catch y'all and say hello.
Good job on your 5 closings. That's awesome.
Thank you. Appreciate it. You guys have a great week.
Yeah, you too.
All
See
right.
ya.
Bye.
Got
Okay,
anything else, Vicky?
I don't, um, no, I've been just looking over the videos again, now that I'm kind of in it a little bit. I kind of going over the videos and, um,
What you're going to learn as you go through that whole process of all the videos, the YouTube stuff, the YouTube training, is that you're going to go. something may not make sense to you when you first look at it, but then once you get towards the end, then it's going to click and you're going to go, oh, okay, well that makes sense. And then you'll
Mhm.
go back and watch that other video, and then it'll really make sense. Everything will start to click,
Yeah.
so
The big thing for me is trying to, to remember to incorporate the AI, take advantage of the AI, Chat GPT, and I'm like, oh, it'd be so much easier to just ask it to do something.
yeah. And those new prompts that I put in there, I guess a couple weeks ago, I've been using those with mine, and as to where when I used to I would upload the transcript and then I'd into ChatGPT, and then I would take and copy each one of those prompts over and then just wait for it to populate and all that. Now I've gotten to where I take the transcript, load it up as a PDF, and I literally copy that one sheet of transcript of the prompts and put it in there, and then I'll say do all of these prompts in order, and give me what I want, basically is what I tell it. But and then boom, it spits it all out. I take all that, copy it, put it into a form, and I'm done. I have taken my process of I've just streamlined my whole editing and putting stuff up on YouTube. So now I've cut it down even further. It was, I think Tim knows this story from the very first video I ever did. It probably took me about 14 hours to cut the video up, get it all up on YouTube. I had cut that process down to I'd gotten it down to about an hour. Now I can do one in about 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So I can take a video from start to finish, especially if it's recorded correctly.
Yep.
And I've finally got Aileen trained to where she actually records in the right order and sends me the videos in that right order. So I can take and drop them in an editor, and I literally can run through there just like boom, 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 edit it, pull it out, descript it, boom, throw it into ChatGPT, do it all up, got it up on YouTube. 15 minutes later, it's live. Which there's also, and I don't know if I was thinking about this yesterday. I can't remember if I put this in the training or not, but it's so important to schedule out your videos, like
Mm-hmm.
that you don't upload them and immediately make them go live. You want to schedule it out at least a couple of days ahead. And the reason why is because while that video is sitting in that queue inside YouTube, YouTube is doing stuff in the back end. They're learning what that video is about, and it takes a day or two for it to process through their whole system for them to figure out as soon as you do make it live and make it public as to who to put that video out in front of. And that's
Okay.
why when that video goes live, if you just took one, immediately uploaded it and put it live right now, then you're probably going to get one or two views off of it in the first couple of days. The last few videos that I've uploaded that have gone live, I've got videos ranked out 2 months now, but 2 months ahead of time. But so the ones that are in there now, that when they go up, they've been getting 300 and 400 views in the first hour. I mean, so YouTube just learns who to put it in front of.
Yeah. I still don't know how to do the voice override. You had mentioned something about that you recorded on your phone
Yeah.
and then to override it that way.
What I do is I just take the phone and just like you would record a regular video. I mean, I just hold the phone out here or set it up on a
Okay.
tripod, aim it at me, and then I just and then I have the video up playing, like go walking through the house, and then I'll say, and here as we step into the kitchen, check out these cabinets, and
Okay.
then I'll just narrate as the video goes through, so but
Okay. I
most
get
of
it
mine
now.
now, Aileen does it. She does it on site, so
Yeah.
if she does one without her face in it, she just narrates in the background.
Okay. Okay. Because I do try to just narrate in the background too. I feel like I'm getting better at it. But there's little things like afterwards, I'm like, oh, I should have mentioned, like the park nearby or, like the boat landings nearby, just stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can always just go like if you wanted to add it after the fact, just go out there and make a video of the park and then just throw it in there. And if you wanted to
Okay.
narrate over it or just put yourself in front of the camera, turn it, like not selfie style. You always want to shoot with the back end of the camera towards you. But
Yeah.
you just sit out here and shoot it and go, you know, in the middle of your video, you go, "Oh, hey, I almost forgot to mention," and then say, "Check this park out. This park is right down the road," da 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 da, and then just throw that in there.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because I did take one of the houses that I did last week. There was a park down the road, and I do have a video of that, and I did keep it because it's in Gulf Breeze, and I'll probably use it a lot.
Yep, cool beans.
Alrighty. Well, talk about videos. I need to go edit some. Well, actually, I have them edited. I just need to upload them into YouTube.
Awesome.
I got two of them ready, and I was waiting because I wanted to look at that thumbnail one you posted.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna watch this first before I do that. But um,
Yeah, because I'm plugged into all those, I get all those alerts from vidIQ and some of these other big
mm,
creators, that are on there. You know, so whenever I learn something new, I usually try to throw it in there just so it'll make it
yeah.
easier on whoever's going through the course. Um, especially with YouTube, as they keep just changing everything. I mean, they just keep changing stuff all the time. They're trying to make the platform better. One of the things they're changing is they're trying to get rid of all these AI channels that are these faceless
Um,
channels that just make AI videos.
yeah.
And YouTube is trying to basically ban those. So, which would be great for creators, for actual creators like us, so because you get rid of that stuff, get it off the platform, then, and it just makes it better. So,
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. AI can be helpful, but then when people are just using AI to, make a video, it's like, why am I going out there doing all this physically if you're just sitting behind a computer making a AI video?
right. All
So.
right. Well, one take, Timmy, you got anything?
Something totally unrelated that can wait.
Okay. Well, I think Vicky's fixed to drop anyway. She's got to edit some videos.
Yep, I gotta get some
All right, look,
uploaded up
look
to
now. When
YouTube.
you get your first closing from these funnels, then we're expecting the next phone call to be, all right, I'm ready to come join EXP. Let's get this thing rolling.
Well, you know what? As I've been going through, I think I talked to you guys last week about this. Because I'm like, I had mentioned to you about the email and all that. Because I'm like, most of my stuff is at levinrankyrealty.com, is my email, my website, because we all get websites through Levin Ranky.
Yeah.
We can tweak them, but the gist of it is done, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, and I just wrote that down just this morning. I'm like, I'm gonna need a website because
No,
I,
you'll get one with EXP. No matter the CRM you choose, whether it's Lofty or whether it's KV Core or Bold Trail, whatever it is, or the other one, it comes with a pre-built website. So
oh, okay.
you're a plug and play.
Okay, because I'm already writing it down when I think of it. And then I'm thinking at where I have things connected, like say Canva, my
You're
sign-in
also going to
is
get a free Pro Canva account, so you can cancel your Canva.
okay, good deal. Because that was one thing that's what I mean. Every time I go into something, ooh, and I write it down. Like most of it is, because it's the little things where you have your email connected to that you don't remember. And like Canva, I use that to edit my videos, so I'm sure I would, yeah,
Yeah,
obviously remember that. But yeah, so anyway, just writing things down. So
that's right.
you know.
We're getting you primed up. You're gonna get there.
Yeah,
Hey, Vicky,
yeah,
you should go to GoDaddy or one of those companies that sells URLs and go buy VickyWilson.com or something like that.
I have
And
it.
okay,
Yeah,
then
I
just
have,
start using that in everything instead of Levin Rinky, and then you can make the switch. It won't be as painful to have to do it all at once.
okay, because like in my funnels, it's Vicky at VickyWilson.com.
Okay.
There you go.
So,
And you'll be
but
Vicky.Wilson at exprealty.com, but that'll forward to wherever you want it to go. So you don't even have to use it. It's actually, they use it just for internal purposes mainly, but they've kept
yeah,
it really clean. So if an agent decides to leave, they can just go. They don't have to worry about switching everything.
right. And that's where I was thinking that VickyWilson.com, but where does that go? Like, like is that, if I get an email from that, where do I get that from? Is that just in my funnel?
No, it's a hosted domain. So what it is it's like ours is at 247leadgen.com. And so it's oh my God, it's a Gmail account. Ours is hooked to a Gmail account. So it's forwarded to a Gmail. So I don't know exactly how they got you set up. I'm not sure how Julian and them
Okay.
did that.
Because that was one question too I had. I'm like, where does all that go? If somebody were to, because it's like Vicky at VickyWilson.com, but it's like, what is that? Where does it go?
Yeah, that's going to be a question for Jimmy, I think.
They're all coming
Okay,
in to attract ROI though, aren't they?
they
Yeah.
are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just depends on where they're hosting it. It's probably a Gmail account.
I would think so.
Okay. I'll write that down. I'll put that in an question for Thursday. Office hours.
There you go.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. Well, happy editing
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it'll be fun.
and good job. And hey,
Thank you.
listen, I just want you to know the last 4 or 5 times I've talked to you since you've started all this has been a completely night and day different conversation and appearing person than what I talked to when we first got started on all this. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm sure you wouldn't care if I told this in front of Tim, but you and I have had conversations where you've cried to me on the phone more than once
Oh,
and on these
yeah.
Zoom calls because you were so frustrated. And now every time we see you, you're smiling ear to ear.
Yep. And I feel different too.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, for
it's good
sure.
to see.
You too.
All
All
right.
right. Bye-bye.